anybody we talk to today, particularly a finance minister, about their economy, we have to start with COVID and how it's affecting your economy. Where are you with your economy, and where are you with vaccinations?
Well, where we are with the economy is we need to be able to find vaccines to make sure that we're able to contain the pandemic. We're just lucky that the pandemic breakout has been quite low in Nigeria, with caseload of about 208,000 infected persons and loss of lives under 3,000. But we do need to vaccinate up to 70% of our population. As we speak, we're paid for vaccines. The supplies are not coming. The donations that have been committed to us are trickling in. We don't have up to about we have just up to about 4 million people vaccinated from a population of 211 million people. So it's a significant challenge for us. It's making it very difficult for us to plan. We have paid for 30 million vaccines under AVAT. The supplies are not coming, and it's really very disturbing for us.
Well, that's a very big challenge you face. Let's talk about something that may be helping you a bit, and that is the price of oil. We were back up over $85 in Brent today. You're a big oil-producing country. What is that doing fiscally for you?
Well, it does mean that we will be able to earn more revenue. So at $85 per barrel is way above the $40 per barrel price that we have in our 2021 fiscal projections. But we also have still the challenge of having to buy petroleum products for use in country because we don't have functional refineries. So that eats into the revenues that we will have otherwise realized. Thankfully, this is a solution that will go away by the middle of next year. With the Dangote refinery coming on stream, we'll be able to buy locally refined petroleum products for consumption locally. It means we don't have to use our dollars to buy PMS. We don't have to use our dollars to pay for the PMS or pay for the shipment and storage of petroleum products. It will mean we will be saving up to 30% of the current expenditure that we have on foreign exchange from just being able to use refined petroleum products locally. And also, the same refinery that has a capacity of 650,000 barrels per day will have excess that they need to export within the region. So we'll be earning foreign exchange from the country will be earning foreign exchange from refined products that will be sold within the region. So we are hopeful that this will all work out between the months of June and July next year.
Madam Minister, I understand that Nigeria has returned to the international capital markets in a Eurobond issuance. Do you plan further raising of funds in Eurobonds or otherwise on international capital markets?
So for the last 2 years, 2019 and 2020, we couldn't go to the capital market. 2019, of course, because of the problem of COVID. But this year, we have been to the market. We went out on a road show to raise $3 billion. We got interest reflected of up to about $12 billion. We took 4 of those and still have a room of 2 that we will consider whether to take from the international capital market, or if we're sure that the other sources of financing that we're working on crystallize, then we will not have to take any more.
Madam Minister, you have a challenge, I think it's fair to say, in the debt service to overall revenue ratio that you face in Nigeria. Do you have a sense of how much of that may be attributable to, if I can say, corruption? You, I believe, have actually asked for some assistance to that because it costs more money because of the money wasted through corruption.
I would say it is because we have a very large expenditure base. We have a large proportion of our budget dedicated to payroll. And Mr. President had decided from the beginning of his administration that we were not going to disengage staff. So you have to pay salaries, you have to pay pensions, and also we have to fund the other arms of government, which is the judiciary and the legislature. So while we're working to grow revenue, and revenues are growing, they have been growing, our expenditure is growing at a much faster rate. So we do have a revenue problem, and we're working to curtail expenditure by being able to limit agencies' expenditure to 50% of their revenues.
And finally, Madam Minister, address the question of foreign exchange, because I know your vice president has said you want to get back closer to a market-based system. Do you have active plans to do that? Are you talking to your central bank about how that might work?
Well, we are working with the central bank to do that. And for us, it's a journey. It's not an event. It is our desire to be able to reduce the gap between the unofficial market rate and the official market rate. Again, what we have to do is to improve the sources of foreign exchange earnings. Right now, the predominant source for us is oil and gas. So when oil and gas revenues are not coming at the level that we projected, or when we have a huge expenditure in terms of subsidy, we have this problem of supply not being able to meet demand. We like I explained earlier on, with savings of up to 30% of our foreign expenditure from removal of the need to buy PMS from out of the country, we will have more effects to be able to meet the demand.